Conversations I Wish Jesus Had with Me, Episode 3, My Testimony, The Whisper That Changed Everything. There are stories you don't know you're living until you look back. And then suddenly it all makes sense. For the longest time, I wasn't living, I was truly just surviving. I was waking up with heaviness I couldn't explain. And I was smiling like I meant it when I really didn't. I was performing strength that I actually didn't feel. I knew how to keep busy. I knew how to keep everyone else afloat, but I didn't know how to breathe without hurting on the inside. And the most dangerous part, I got really, really good at hiding it. And I thought Jesus was for people who had it all together, for the clean hearted ones, for the calm ones, for the ones that showed up to church with highlighted Bibles and their hands lifted high in praise. And here I am. I say bad words. I question everything. I avoid pretty much anything that deals with conflict or confrontation. And I definitely didn't trust anyone in ropes or pulpits. But something shifted, and it wasn't a revival. It wasn't a worship night. It was a movie, and I love movies. The Passion of Christ. I watched Jesus carry that cross, and I couldn't breathe because I was crying so hard. And it wasn't because of the blood or the brutality, but it was because he chose it. He didn't run from the cross. He didn't defend himself. He just grabbed it and he walked. And something in my soul cracked wide open. I whispered one of the messiest, most honest prayers I've ever prayed. Jesus, if you're real, I need you. It took me 6 whole days to finish the Passion of Christ. That's it. No fancy words, no worship lists, just raw, broken me. I was untrusting and barely believing, but I still asked, Jesus, if you're real, show me. And he came, not to impress, just to hold me. Nothing changed overnight, but everything began to shift. I started to feel things I hadn't felt in years. I felt peace. I felt stillness. I felt like I was finally present. I'd whisper at night, Jesus, what do you want me to do? I will do anything. And the answer wasn't always loud. It was super gentle and very patient. He started pulling back the mask of lies that I had called facts. One day at a time, he was undoing the silence that I had grown very used to. Eventually, I wanted to know him more. I started looking around and I found the series The Chosen. At first, I thought it was just a silly show. But I started watching and started feeling, and it hit differently. Because for the first time ever, I saw Jesus as a human. He was funny, gentle, safe, and very patient. And the disciples, they were messy, imperfect, impulsive, wounded, just like you and me. And still, he chose them. But the one that wrecked me the most, that truly broke my heart, Mary Magdalene, or Lilith, before she remembered who she was. She was a woman with a reputation, shame layered over shame. She didn't just carry demons, she carried judgment. And yet, he called her by name. He didn't flinch, he didn't label her, he just loved her. And I saw myself in her, not because of the same past, but because of the same ache, wanting to be known, but too scared to be seen. I have a ministry called Guided by Joy. But sometimes, if I'm honest, it's my hiding place, not just from the world, but from myself. Because if I step out from behind the ministry, from behind my YouTube channel, if I stop performing, stop pleasing and stop packaging myself in a way that's easy for everyone to understand, people start to ask questions. They call me bold when I smile, and they call me cold when I don't. And that's what masking has felt like for pretty much most of my life. A tightrope between being acceptable and being accused. If I show up bubbly, I'm good. I'm safe. I'm seen. And if I don't show up bubbly, if I'm quiet, tired, or guarded, suddenly I'm the problem with the attitude. I've been called too much and not enough in the same week. But with Jesus, I don't have to mask. I don't have to tone it down or tidy it up. I can be fully me, tired, loud, soft, and messy. And Jesus still calls me worthy. And that's why Guided by Joy feels like both a platform and a paradox, because behind it, I feel safe, but I also feel split. Because the version of me that shows up online with the cute captions and the crafted prayers and the curated vulnerability, that person, she's real, but she's not the whole picture. I've worn 1,000 masks, not to deceive, but truly to survive, to adapt, to protect, and to not overwhelm the people around me with the full force of who I truly am. And honestly, when I do drop the mask, I'm either too quiet, too intense, too soft, too sharp, too withdrawn, or just too much. People don't know what to do with an unfiltered me. If I smile, I'm approachable. If I don't, I'm cold. If I speak truth, I'm harsh. If I stay silent, I'm distant. But with Jesus, I don't have to balance that equation. I don't have to get the tone right. I don't have to brace for someone calling me ungrateful or dramatic just because I'm not masking pain with politeness and smiling to make them feel better in their own skin. He sees through it, and I know he sees me.
And Joy, you're right. I've never asked you to shapeshift. I never told you to adjust your tone to be easy for everyone to understand. And I never demanded your smile in exchange for your approval. That's the world's rhythm, not mine. I see what it costs for you to wear that mask. I see how exhausted you are from trying to read the room, soften every edge, and stay likable in spaces that have no room for your realness. You've never been too much for me. You've always been safe with me. You don't need to curate your personality like a brand. You don't need to shrink your conviction so they stay comfortable in their own skin. You're not a paradox to me. You're a full picture, and I love every frame. So take the mask off, my daughter. I didn't call the polished version of you. I called the honest one, the one who cries in the bathroom stall, the one who talks back to shame, the one who whispers, "Jesus, help me," when no one's around. You're not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too broken. You are just right for the calling I placed inside you. Let them misunderstand. Let them mislabel you. But you, my child, stay close. Stay bare. Stay with me. Because with me, you never have to mask again. Because behind it, you don't have to say, "I am Joy." That name is heavy. That name knows everything you've walked through. That name carries the old you and the parts that you've tried to bury. But me, I've never forgotten who you really are. even when you have.
Now, I will tell you, healing did not come with a cute little bow. It came with questions, it came with layers. Some of them loud, some of them ugly, but all of them holy. I started writing cute one liner prayers because I had no idea how to pray. I would say, Jesus, help me love myself like you do. Or please don't let me go back to who I was because I truly wanted change. And Jesus doesn't just listen, he answers. He rebuilt me without rushing me, brick by brick, wound by wound. I stopped performing faith and I truly started experiencing it. Then one night, I couldn't sleep and I whispered, Jesus, if you're really here, prove it. I was secretly hoping the lights would flicker. I didn't get a vision. I didn't hear a voice, but I felt warmth in my chest and I cried. And it wasn't dramatic, it was just a peaceful cry. After that, I started seeing him in everything, in verses and hugs and unexpected conversations and my own voice when I spoke back to the darkness. Jesus wasn't waiting for me to clean up my act. He was waiting for my yes. So, if you're listening right now and you think you've gone too far, if you think you've messed up too badly, well, let me tell you something. Jesus came for me, and I know he'll come for you too. And it's not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. You are never forgotten. You are never too dirty, and you're never too late. And even if you're hiding behind something like I am with my ministry, he still knows your name. And believe me, I'm still learning to say it boldly. I am joy. But he knew that all along. This is a conversation I wish Jesus had with me. And maybe today he's having it with you too.